Let me start. So start with and sometimes some people we already mentioned in a interview question. Okay, it's not. Let me go. Cover index we already cover. Yeah, and this basically what is the purpose of tuning performance? So basically we have uh, for the identification we are using this tool like a native tool like a profiler, extended event, query tuning advisor, execution plan, performance monitor, system store, procedure dynamic. These are, you can say, help to find out whatever causal query procedure are running. And solution, what should be solution? Basically, when we are running an extended event or profiler or advisor, basically, next action, what should be action? We are creating some missing index if not available or appropriate index we are creating. Some cases we are modifying your query. Some cases we are updating a statistic if your statistic is out of date. Second, rebuild and reorganize on basis of situation. Third, it's a blocking problem. So for the block, basically we are in, you can say, improving if you can go for the create a indexes, and those index also help to block for the less time. If block period is high, then it's a create a problem basically. Next,
Okay.
some cases we are removing a deadlock. Let's suppose deadlock is coming. Uh, I started working. My procedure started completing like a execution. But after some times, I got procedure one is completed successfully and procedure two is killed. So what should be mechanism so that your procedure should be executed? So maybe try and go to a statement. So let's suppose I started with the procedure two and we got it started and after that it's killed. Then you have to mention something like a go to a statement, try and exception, like a error handling basically. So in try catch block, you have to go and put some delay, wait for delay for 1 second, and after that, if you'll try, your query should be executed. And if second procedure is a high priority for you, then you have to set high priority, set data priority high, or on basis of low priority, you have to mention low or medium. Next, I'm saying why important avoid function in a where condition. Basically, what happened when we are going for the creating any function? Let me try to. This is a very straightforward. If I'm saying if we can go and here we have to check this is imply table. I have a lesser record. I have to check another table here. Imply table. SQL Server when writing a query. It's saying don't use any function in a where condition. Instead of where condition, what we have to do, we have to use directly like a query or join we have to use instead of filter condition using a function, whatever function. It's a user defined function or you can say system defined function. It's a degrading your performance. So let's suppose I'm saying here, I have to go and vacation hour is there and I have to go for the average. So I'm going to AVG, some function are there. Let me try to use and I'm going with this column. Okay. So many vacation hour are there and I'm going for the average. Okay. And then what should be my final query? I have to select this table and where I'm saying vacation hour is greater than average. Okay, this query should be work. Are you able to see? Basically, so in filter
Is it a
condition,
subquery?
yeah, I'm writing a subquery, but what I can do, like let's suppose I'm creating a function. I will not take so much function. mm, UFN get same query I'm going to use. Okay, but I will pass some, you can say employee ID is something we want to pass because I want to create some dynamic. If we can go with a static, it's create. Okay, let me go. I will pass here get gender info. Yeah, I'm passing here gender in gender. I'm going with the vacation average for gender and we can say male and female. Sorry. So I'm passing here, you can say gender in data types should be char only one character. Returns, basically we are returning a value. What type of value? It's a int only. I think same query I have to replicate here. And only we have to place gender is equal to whatever we are passing from here. Let me try. Any issue in this? Hello? Any issue in this query? Or if you want, let me maximize. Are you able to see?
Yes, we.
Yes.
Okay. Return. I'm putting a local variable, abc integer. Any query till now. Let me try to create. I'm creating a long back. Okay. So in this function, we are passing a gender. On basis of gender, they will calculate average vacation hours. And those part we are returning. So let me try to add this. I'm calling this function and I'm putting here greater than this. Function by default schema is a DBO and only I'm passing. Let's suppose I'm going with a gender. So I'm going with a male. This should be work. It's any problem. If I can select, you will get a value on basis of male. If I can go for the female, let me try to go. Okay, male and female. So what they are explaining, please don't use any filter condition into the where condition. Why this is showing red? Okay, this is correct. So whatever it's a vacation is more than 50, they are showing. So instead of going with a directly with a function, if you can directly join with your table, so please don't use any, you can say, aggregate function. And same thing, initially I explained to you. I started using some, in a fair condition, I went through some subquery and I write some average statement straightforward. So instead of creating a function or instead of writing a direct query into the like a underline or in the subquery into the where condition. It's a degrading a performance. Why? Let's suppose I'm putting this value, I'm removing this filter condition, and now you can understand what I want to say here. Instead of M, I'm going to pass here column name. Whatever column is here, this column. And let me try to select all. And only I'm selecting this table. What is the meaning of that? So we are passing each and every gender, you can say, on basis of they are calculating this filter. It means every time, if I can show you a plan here, let me go, it's a plan is not on. So you can see each and every row wise, your function is calculating and sending to query. So here is a computer scalar is happening. So it means every line in every select a statement, they are trying to pass one by one value. It means let's suppose we have a, how many record we receive here? 290. It means 290 times completely this function will called. Same condition into the where. If I'm saying like I went with a static value, it means first they are calculating a once. Let's suppose this is also dynamic. Each and every time we are changing this value, it means it should be dynamic. For dynamic case, that will call multiple. Here is one call because it's a static value. But if you can see here, it's a dynamic. If I'm saying something like a sum of or something I have to calculate, then what is happening? Average of any value. This is the system defined function and they will go and execute for each and every record. Same thing, uh, if you can go for the like if I can go here and I will try to add something, filter condition. And one major example I'm showing here, if you can say very, it's a straightforward. This is a national number. We don't know it's an integer or not. Let me put this. I have to check what is the data type of this table. Okay, so let me filter this table and after that I can show you. Imply table is there. First, so you can see login ID and this is title. Basically, we have to find out integer data types and I can show you. This is an integer. It's not a, we have another integer values. Okay, you can go with the organization label. I think this is also integer value. I'm going with a one. Let's see what is happening in a plan. And if I can go and convert this value into the char, so if we can check into the computer scaler, basically what is happening? They converting whatever data I put into the right side, they converting. Let's suppose this is an integer data type and this is a character. Then how they can start comparison? They will convert all this data into the string and after that they will convert. So maybe you know implicit and explicit conversions. So if you are converting your data, something what is happening? We are converting some data. And let me go with and cast. I'm going this value should be int. It means we are converting this value as a int. And if you can try to execute, you can see it's creating a problem. But if I can go a straight forward, 1, 2, 1, 2. So you'll get a differences while you can say computing a scalar. Let me show here. Or a straight forward, if I can go here, 1, 1, 1, something. Let's see. Okay, sorry, I didn't use any filter. Okay, so basically what is the mean here? Whatever data type into the source, in a right side, you have to convert yourself into the same data type. Otherwise, that will create a, you can say, explicit convergence. And if your primary key and foreign key have a different data types like a int and big int. So when they will, like let's suppose you want to join with a department table with an employee, that get both types should be same. Otherwise, you have to convert your data. Otherwise, each and every row, when they will start, they will go for the scan. And while scaling, you will get a low performance. Like let's suppose you have a proper indexes, but you are scanning your data due to some like a user defined function or system defined function, or while converting your data explicit or implicit. That will also degrade your performance. So I think this question, can we capture IOS statistic of your query? So I think last time I already explained set statistics IO on. So, okay. So if you can execute this, and after that, if you can try to select, you'll get your a statistic detail here. Input, output, how much logical and physical read is happening. So with this query, you can find out what is a query plan and what value performance tuning perspective, basically. So maybe query plan, you know. With no log, you already know. So basically, we are hinting for the it's a isolation label read uncommitted. Uncommitted. So basically, three different approach to capture a plan. So plan, if you can go for the so plan, so text plan, you will get a performance. You can say execution plan detail, or if you can go with a control M, or if you can go with a cache plan, query plans, you'll get all the details. These information are there. Here is saying left outer join instead faster not exist. So main like a problem when we are going for the this type of negative statement not exist, not in, not in. Basically, it's a degrading of performance. So instead of this negative condition, you can go with a you can left join or right join. Because joining, generally what happen, it's joining we are making on the whatever cluster and foreign key unique cluster index is created. On key field base, generally we are creating. So instead of not exist, negative condition basically, like as every people is saying don't speak something like a negative. So in a SQL server also, if you can see any not a negative condition, just try to convert into the join condition basically, whatever left, right, or inner on basis of your uses. Deadlock will now will start, and we have a time for now. So let me see what is the deadlock current status basically. Let me try to close all. Okay. So in this table, I created a two table. I already created, it's a imply table. Okay. And we have another table is called supply table. So you can see these are a straightforward table. How deadlock will work? So first we have to check what is a deadlock trace status. Trace status. So you know deadlock trace flag is a 1222. Yeah. So if you can check what is the status. So you can say deadlock trace flag is not available. So if any deadlock happen, you will not get a log into the read error basically. SP read error log. So if any deadlock happen, you will not get a detail here. So let me try to start deadlock. So here you have to, if you want to enable deadlock trace flag. So multiple method are there. If you want to go for the permanent, you have to open your SQL services. In a startup parameter, you have to add minus T 1222. But if you want to go temporary basis, you have to go and with a dbcc command trace on basically you have to start your trace and I have to go for the global. So I'm going with a -1. So let me try to enable and after that we'll try to check what is the status now. So you can say it's a global I enable and let me try to execute some deadlock session. So I created a two session basically deadlock 1 2 it's a straightforward only. So I already explained this table have a two record and you have to consider session 1. This session it's 71 and 72 two session. So 171 treat as a 1 and this is a 2. So we are going with a begin transaction. It means begin transaction you know already whatever transaction we are playing maybe it's a rollback or maybe it's a commit. Okay, so that's why we are going with a begin transaction. So in first you can see in employee table we are updating a employee ID 1 with this name and second query we are updating a supplier you can say for fax number with the same supplier ID. Basically you have to keep in your mind it's a ID condition whatever key condition are there. Okay, same let me go for the deadlock too. You can say this is a common only this part is a common whatever column you are updating it's not a problem. Okay, so only you have to focus whatever key column we are doing updating those columns should be part of another transaction. So let's start with the first. I'm going with a begin tran. Yeah, begin tran is started and I'm going to update this table. I'm going with a 72 session and same it's a different table supplier table. I want to start a begin tran and you have to start with this supplier. I'm updating this fax number. Once again, I'm back with a 71. Whatever supplier ID here, we are updating with the fax number. Once again, we are updating with the same supplier ID. Whatever column, whatever value you want to update, it's not a problem. But whatever filter condition we are using into the same session, you have to execute here. Let's try to execute. And if I can try to execute with this, you can see transaction 72 as deadlocks, resource another, you can say basically we have to rerun. Okay, so now we have to check any deadlock capture into the log basically. So you have to go through with a sp read error log. Try to execute because I enabled trace flag 1222 and now you can see deadlock already captured here. Let's suppose I'm not able to see which we have to analyze start from the deadlock list here because I enable 454 okay 94 I enable deadlock trace flag and after that whatever deadlock situation is occur but we have to I'm very keen to see deadlock graph instead of this XML. So if we can go with an extended event and profiler. So let me try to roll back here roll back all the transaction. Okay. And here also I'm going to roll back. I'm not saving any data. Now we have to capture your deadlock flag once again. So you can see you will get a same data because I roll back. Once again, I'm going with a, you can say, systems extended event, how you can capture. So by default, you can say SQL Server already created, you can say one extended event. And if you can say he just system health, let me stop and let me try to start and watch this data. Okay. Same situation I'm going to play here. And once again, we can go for the profiler also so that we can you can correlate. So I'm going to 71 once again. Here is just 72. I'm going. Second step, I'm updating a supplier ID. And once again, I'm updating an employee. Okay, it's running. So let's wait. After a few minutes, you will get a deadlock. And now you can check in your extended event. Yeah, here you can see extended event is generated. You are able to see? So same XML you are getting, but you want to go with a detail. So if you can see here is a deadlock XML, but in a right side second top, you'll get a deadlock tab and you can see what query it's a victim and what query executed. So at 72 it's a killed. You can see it's a cross sign and here a 71 is executed successfully. Yeah, same thing. How you can capture with a profiler basically. Let me close. I think it's not required. So I'm going with a profiler here. It's a straightforward. And same session you have to correct. So let me check. It's a SQL Server 1 only. Okay, let me try to connect with the same. And here I'm going with a deadlock. Event you have to choose. Show all the event. And mainly you have to focus your lock once you can say events are there. Lock. Where is your lock basically? No SQL. Lock. Are you able to see locks are there? No. Or if we can go here, duration locks. How they are capturing this lock? Okay. Okay. Locks are there under locks. Okay. Locks is already there. So let me go with a extender. And once again, you have to say check lock. You want deadlock graph only. Okay. If you want to go to search any a specific database, you have to also mention on basis of your filter. So first we have to organize whatever column you want to capture here. So database name, okay, column, okay, column is there. But first you have to select whatever column you want to see. Organize your, show all the columns and let me try to check and check. And if you can see database name, you have to check and after that you can add your filter. Object name. Oh, internet is unstable. Text data. Oh, we can go for the each and every event. Okay. Organize database ID. So you have to collect your database ID of your databases. So let's your database ID is adventure. So you have to select what is the ID because sometimes filter is not working. Okay. So database name, please don't follow. Instead of database name, you have to go with a database ID. Generally, database name is not working with a filter condition into the profiler basically. So you have to go and select. This is a 5 only. So instead of database name, you have to put your database ID. Where is a profiler? Okay, equal, and you have to paste 5. Okay, and run. Now, same process. Okay, it's completed successfully. I'm going with a rollback once again. Okay, and here once again, let me try to roll back. It's not. So let me start with a begin transaction. And then I'm going with a second supplier update. Second session with a supplier. And this session is a supply update imply. And now you will get a deadlock. If you can see here, it's a deadlock list. You are able to see in the profiler also. Yeah. So basically 72 session is killed and 71 executed. But how you can, like, let's suppose you don't want. So here you have to add set deadlock priority basically. In procedure, you have to mention high, low, medium. So basically, you have to mention high, low, or medium. On basis of your utilization, basically, you have to change. And when we'll try to execute, so let's suppose this query is a part of this query. So if we are going with a high, it means 72 session will not kill, 71 session will kill. You got my point?
Yeah.
So on basis of your utilization, you have to keep add while like in a each and every procedure. And basically you will not do this part, but you have to suggest your application DBA. Please use this. Like let's suppose you don't want to kill this your procedure. So please add high priority instead of by default. Okay. And sec, I think if you can go with a like a previous session video, you'll get more detail. If not, we can directly connect with you and we'll try to fix. Yeah.
Sure, Mr. Rajesh. I'll
And
go
one,
through and I'll let you know.
Arun, what we can do for tomorrow, whatever question you share to us, okay, those question we'll try to cover. Yeah.
Okay, Bhair.
Sure. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Arun. Bye.
Bye.